I'm talking to Mr. Moore. And the name of Mr. Moore's book, I have on a mask, so it's kind of hard to hear me. The name of Mr. Moore's book is From Tragedy to Triumph. Now, I've read Mr. Moore's book. And Mr. Moore was born in Texas in the 50s. And he talks about the challenges that he has went through and he has survived to get to this point. Mr. Moore has a ministry. Let me backtrack. Mr. Moore's book is available on Amazon. Tragedy to Triumph. Pull it out a little bit, Mr. Moore. Tragedy to Triumph. It's available on Amazon and a few other places.
And if you want an autograph copy,
he'll autograph it for you.
yeah.
You know, as we were talking, you just went through something else. You may want to add to the book. You've been through so much, but you still look at life in a positive way.
Oh yeah, you must. You know, you never give up hope. Once you give up hope, you have nothing. And at the end of the day, I always question myself.
Mm-hmm.
Did I lose hope anywhere during that day? It's very important to encourage yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Silent from tragedy, triumph. We all experience tragedy, but it's how we respond to it that makes a difference. Sometimes we're going through tragedy and we stop going forward and just let it eat us up like cancer. But we have to turn it around, find strength in that, and move on. Because you can't triumph without making sacrifices, pushing yourself. You must push yourself. And keep in mind that it's not about your strength. Because when you come to the end of your strength, that's when the Most High steps in.
Right.
And carries you the rest of the way. I'm saying that because my strength is worn out. It is renewed by the Most High. And it's His strength that I'm operating with.
You quote a lot of Bible, you quote a lot of Bible scripture in your book.
Yeah.
Each chapter starts with a Bible scripture, and I think that's awesome.
Yes, I use the scriptures in this book because for a lot of people, we all have in common the book, the Bible. We all been read it once or twice, or maybe every day, so everyone can relate to the scripture. And I want everyone to be able to
You can
relate.
put the book down if you want.
I wanted everybody
Relax,
to
yeah.
relate to this book and the message that I was sending through this book. Because it's not about me, it's not about the book, but it's about the message that you receive. The message can take you anywhere that you want to go, that you have desire to go, and for whatever reason was enabled. This will enable you. This will give you the strength. I never thought I would have a passport
Wow.
because my background is just so jacked up. But I thought about Malcolm. I said, but look, Malcolm, look what he's done. But yet still, he got a passport. So based upon that, I tried. I had no problem. I flew to Africa,
When?
2015.
Wow.
Flew to Africa,
What part?
Ethiopia,
Uh-huh.
and also Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just blow me away because These were dreams I never thought would come true. But because I stepped out on faith, the Most High made it possible. And this is what we have to do. You're not going to see the foundation right away, but you have to believe the foundation is there.
Wow.
And with that belief,
You know, your book, you give credit to the Most High.
yeah,
You give credit to your children, your ex-wives, and the NOI.
yeah,
You were a part of the NOI for a period of time.
yes,
But contrary to what people believe, the NOI quotes Bible scripture
oh yeah,
as well.
oh yeah, oh yeah. See, I try to meet people where they're at, and most people are familiar with the Most High.
Okay.
I didn't want to lose anybody. I wanted to throw something out there, a catch-all, phrase. And so that was the reason why I didn't go into anything too specific. Because once I got to Africa, Ethiopia,
Awesome.
I found out for myself,
Take your time.
we've been lied to.
Take your time. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's beautiful. And it's godly. I just saw people happy with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed impossible that you can have nothing and be so happy. But it was a lesson learned. I sat down with the elders at the round table. And I presented many questions to them. And they answered in a way that I thought they might.
Mm-hmm.
So they confirmed for me what I needed confirmation for. See, we make so much out of titles. We need to set aside titles and be who you are.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to latch on to anything that's going to separate us.
Mm-hmm.
When I studied the history of Ethiopia and see the development of that country by one man, it made me proud. And the way he was killed saddened me, because he was killed by one of his own soldiers.
What man?
Uh,
Malcolm X?
No. This was the ruler of Ethiopia.
Oh, Haile Selassie.
Yes, he was killed by his own soldier. His next in command, and after he killed him, I have to say this because it's the truth. He buried him in the office under the commode.
Buried who?
Haile Selassie.
Oh my goodness.
And I cried because a person would have to be very, very evil, let alone jealous, to do a man like that, a great man that sacrificed his life for his people. But that just goes to show, just because a person got your back, so to speak, they ain't really there for your comfort or your protection. Looking for the opportunity to put you away. but he will always be respected. But it was a lesson for me. I learned a lot while I was there.
How long were you there?
I was about 6 months.
That's a good long time, Mr. Moore.
I saw mothers carrying their babies on their back with a sheep wrapped around them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see another child come along and their feet is all jacked up. That's because when they was a baby, they slipped out of the blanket.
Oh boy.
And I said to myself, this would be a good place for someone to start making strollers.
Yeah, I noticed in Africa there's no
No
strollers.
strollers.
Wow.
You know?
That's
And-
a whole ministry in itself.
Yeah.
There's so many babies and no strollers.
And it doesn't take much to make a stroller. But you know, someone should come along. If I was to return, I would want to invest in some workers to put some strollers together. Because for me to see 8 or 9 year old dragging their foot because they've been dropping with it,
Yeah.
it was just horrible.
Gain your composure together. Mr. Moore just lost his life partner recently.
Yeah, 4 months ago.
Yeah, recently. From a heat stroke.
Yeah, and that has been eating at me like cancer. And also, I just come out of surgery a few months ago. That affected me to a certain degree. There's things that's happening that wasn't not happening before. It's almost like a conspiracy because I should not have came out the hospital the way I am. But I believe that the Most High will bring me out of this. Everything's for a reason. Like I say, tragedy comes, tragedy goes.
But you're
Which is
an
part of
incredibly strong person to endure what you have endured. And I think your best life is in front of you.
Yeah.
So stay strong.
I
Please.
believe that. I believe that.
You're here for a purpose. You're here for a reason. And all you've ever wanted to do is help people.
Right. Absolutely. Yes.
And now you're in the position to do that.
I believe that I was created to help people, to be a helper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So we have to know what our calling is. And once you know what your calling is,
exactly.
then you have to answer.
Mm-hmm.
You have to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you turn away from your calling,
Right.
you're already down, you know?
I won't give away some of the issues you talked about in the book, but it's a very good read. I must say that it's a wonderful read. It talks about triumph over tragedy.
Yes.
Awesome.
And it can be done. That's what that's the purpose. That's the purpose.
Right.
When tragedy hits you, the purpose is to bring you up out of there. And
So if you could go anywhere on vacation now, Mr. Moore, where would you go?
back to Ethiopia.
You ever been to any other countries?
Lebanon.
Lebanon.
Yeah.
What about any other African countries?
Oh. No, but I had plans on going to another part of Africa.
You probably will.
Yeah. But you have to be careful where you go. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate talking to you. You can learn about Mr. Moore in his book. Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Thank you.